spirit of public mourning, with an entire community shaken up, it's the best time for residents to come together, as you heard. At least that's confirmed by a psychiatrist who is encouraging the people in Cherry Tree Lane to be a support system for each other, despite the desire for isolation. Our reporter Trishagaye Kelly picks up that report.
It's one thing to lose a loved one. It's another having to live with that thought forever. And that is the case for Cherry Tree Lane residents in Clarendon, who could experience severe depression and anxiety for years to come.
I don't know why they do this. So many innocent people to take their life out of them, even a baby. What can a baby do to you when you do shoot it?
This is the pain and agony residents of Cherry Tree Lane, Clarendon are feeling following Sunday night's mayhem. Emotions they will be feeling for quite some time. The community has been left traumatized and in a state of fear. Councillor for the Yorktown Division, Anthony Davis, recounts trembling while listening to the family's wails as doctors came to give them bad news, one by one.
And you could hear the scream piercing your gut of parents and loved ones. And three, within the space of a 5-minute span, 3 different cries of pain.
And though their cries may eventually stop, the trauma could live on forever. The psychological and emotional impact may even force residents to change their daily routines, as psychiatrist Dr. Brian Kazara explains.
Persons are going to feel particularly unsafe, and I think that's understandable. Persons may no longer be able to engage in some of the collective activities, so sometimes children may have been outside playing. All of a sudden, children are going to be very fearful. So the whole space may be a lot more quiet and eerie, and less active and vibrant. And that's something that will be felt on the ground almost immediately. The emotional environment is one that's going to likely be very somber. And again, you can expect a lot of collective anxiety and fearfulness.
What's even worse is that the residents may never forget that Sunday evening, and post-traumatic stress disorder PTSD could be looming in the dark. Dr. Kazara says it may manifest differently for children and adults.
In children, they may not be able to vocalize it the same way adults may be able to. We may see that they may cry a lot, especially in younger children. In the older children, what we might see is they may actually start exhibiting worse performance in school, both academically or even in terms of their own behavior. Unfortunately, for both adults and children, there can be significant substance use problems.
So how do the residents cope? Well, the psychiatrist is encouraging residents to connect with each other.
When a shooting like this happens, and persons may have lost a friend or family member, or they may have just observed it themselves, it can be a very isolating experience. So where possible, family, friends, faith communities like church communities, where you can come together, that can be very useful. Oftentimes, the government will try and get counselors in as quickly as possible.
The incident left 8 dead and multiple injured. Trishagaye Kelly, CVM News.